Good morning, everybody. I am Jeff, the Homestead Dad. I guess good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or good night, depending on what time you're watching this video. But it is Saturday morning here, and I'm coming out to do the chores. It's about average time that I do the chores, about 8 o'clock on a Saturday. Sometimes I try to sleep in a little bit more, but this morning, I'm throwing my hat in for Dad of the, not the year, not the month, but Dad of the day. I'm gonna make too many mistakes to be Dad of the year, but we're adding some livestock to the homestead today, and the kids are gonna be super duper excited. We're adding mini horses. Good friend of mine who I've bought a milking cow from in the past had mentioned on Facebook that she was gonna be selling her horses, her mini horses. So I talked to the wonderful wife and said, hey, what do you think? So she's got 3 of them. We're actually going to keep 2. My brother-in-law is going to take 1, but we're going to keep all 3 here for a little bit because he's not ready for them. And then he's going to take 2 of them. There's 2 brothers that he's going to take because he's got more experience with horses and training them. They're not rideable right now, but the one that we're going to keep here while the 2 go there is, I guess, like just a pasture pet. You go out there and it just wants to nuzzle up against you. So the kids are gonna be super duper excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna get the chores done quick. I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Hope in the far pasture so that we can bring the mini horses into this near pasture, and then, you know, have a chance the kids can walk them around and stuff like that. They are like halter trained, so they'll be able to be led around a little bit, probably not by the little ones to start because they're not that well trained. But the bigger kids will want to be out here with them all the time, so it shouldn't take long at all. So firstly, let's get to the chores. Hey, you know what would be faster to fill up this trough than by bucket? If only we had a little piece. Oh, there's a piece of hose right here. Sadly, one of the kids, apparently the last time they were filling this up, didn't let it drain, so it's frozen. So we're using a bucket to give them water. Oh well. Oh, I know it's been a while since I've last done a video, and in that time I think I may have put an Instagram video out, so if you don't follow me on Instagram you should. But that lady right there got out of the pasture, and at the time we had a foot of snow. I believe she jumped over right here, so you can see. I don't know if you can see it. I've hooked up the fence charger so she doesn't jump out anymore. I realized many of my faults. Like I said, there's many of them. She didn't have anyone in here to play with, so she's getting bored, right? Understandable. I haven't been, since we sold Prudence, our milking cow, I have not been in there working with her on a regular basis. My fault. That she doesn't have anyone to play with. My fault. That she's not used to the bucket. My fault. That she's not, you know, halter trained. My fault. So I took this bucket and went to go chase her. She went down to the back of the property. She wasn't interested in the bucket that much. I got her interested enough that I could finally like get close enough that we could get a rope around her. But then she didn't want to follow the bucket, so it was pretty much dragging her back up here. Not a good way to go. And I know better. You know, the more you have your animals trained, the easier you make your life when things go sideways. So since that day, I've just been taking just a half a scoop of feed, throwing it in a bucket like this, and see how excited she is for the bucket. She is waiting with excited eyes. She is ready to go. So what I do is I put the bucket in here. Now she's excited for the bucket, right? Perfect. Even better, I hooked up a rope here, just tied it on this post, and now she's tied up. So she's excited for the bucket, and she deals with standing tied now. That went right through there. That's not supposed to happen. Normally, I put this on here and it cinches down. Anyway, so she gets used to standing tied. So while I do the rest of the chores, even after she finishes that little half a scoop, which is not much, it won't take her long to finish, she's still super excited about it, and she learns to stand there tied for a little bit. And I've been trying to get it to take longer and longer. I want to be out here so she's not just thrashing on it, but she's getting used to just standing there. So I'll do that. Now I'll come and I'll let the chickens out, feed them, go feed the pigs, and all the while I'm training her. Good times. So when I feed the chickens, you guys are dirty. So when I feed the chickens, or when I let them out, I'll throw 3 half scoops of their feed down here on the ground. And the reason I do that is it kind of gives me a chance to take a look at them all quick. It spreads them out a little bit. And I mean, because they have food in the chicken coop. I built a, I'm gonna do our chicken, or coop cleaning. But I built one of these 30-gallon chicken feeders with the PVC elbows on the bottom, so they have food in here all the time. But this just gives me a chance to take a look at them. And while we're going to be adding livestock to the homestead today in the form of mini horses, we're also going to be getting rid of some livestock today. As you can see, we've got too many lavender roosters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's 8. I think we have 8. And the reason we have 8 lavender roosters is because we hatched eggs last year. So I think we got like 8 out of 12 were roosters. So we're gonna be selling those, so we're not having so many unproductive mouths to feed. The other thing is I want to hatch some eggs this year of our own eggs, and I don't think we're gonna have very good fertility because we have too many roosters. It may seem, how rude. It may seem counterintuitive, but if you have too many roosters, your fertility will be really low, because what happens is one rooster goes to breed a hen, and all the other roosters see it and come running, and so they can't finish the job. So you get really low fertility. So we're gonna get rid of some of those. We're gonna catch those in a little bit. We'll probably put them in our John Siskovich chicken tractor until the lady gets here to buy them. And then we'll have less mouths to feed and a more productive flock. So that'll be good. Now let's feed the American guinea hogs. They're hungry. So if you guys have been watching the channel for any length of time, you know that these guys get their regular feed, which they're getting now, and then they also get spent grain, which maybe you'll see kind of on the ground here and over there, that I get from a brewery. Our oldest son, Jacob, will feed that to them later. So you can see, Hope is now, she's finished with her bucket, and she's just kind of standing there. And she kind of, you know, she's not a huge fan of it. She's messing with the fence, but it's what I need to have done, especially if I'm going to do like I hope and turn her into a family milking cow. She's got to learn to stand there tied without moving around. So having her tied there is what we do. And when she first started, as soon as she was done with the grain, she was constantly pulling at the rope. That's the reason I put it on the corner post, because it's the strongest post. So if she decides to pull, she's not going to pull that post out. Because she'd have to be pulling against all 3 posts. So you can see now, she's just kind of standing there, which is great. So I'm going to collect eggs quick, take those into the barn refrigerator. We'll do the rabbit chores. Then I'll come back, I'll get some hay for Hope, and then I'll untie her after all that stuff is done. But she's doing so much better, and it's only like, I don't know, probably been 2 weeks. So animals learn very quickly. It is early, so there probably won't be a whole lot of eggs in here, or any at all maybe. But this is our Cottage Craftworks roll-out nesting box. I only got 2. So there's 2 eggs. And there's a hen. That's one of our older hens. I don't know if she thinks she's sitting on a clutch of eggs. And then these girls don't come out very often either. So I think we're going to sell that girl in the middle as well. She's one of our older chickens. And we might sell this one as well. And kind of get rid of some freeloaders, because the lady who's buying them, I think, is going to use them for stew chickens. So let's go ahead and take these eggs inside, and we'll go do the rabbits. Then we'll come back to Hope, and then we'll be ready for, well, we'll move Hope, and then we'll be ready for horses. These are where the clean eggs go, and the kids will put them in egg cartons. These are the ones that need to get washed, because you can see they're a little bit dirty. And I know a lot of you will probably say, oh, don't wash them. We don't most of the time. Oh, this one's pretty dirty too. But you can see some people who are not used to getting eggs from chickens are like, no, I don't want to deal with that. So we'll give them the clean eggs, and then we'll wash these ones and give them clean eggs, because happy customers. Rabbit chores are pretty quick. Just need to give them a little bit more Timothy straw in their holder there. Got to give them some water, and then just fill up their feeders. So I need to breed these guys. Actually, boy, girl. I need to breed that girl because I want babies, and I want to start having meat rabbits, because that's another source of protein on the homestead. So I'm going to be leaning heavily on my buddy Bo Brotherton to help me out with this. But for now, let's just get chores done. Rabbits are done. Let's give Hope some hay and then move her, and we'll be ready for the mini horses. And we've got to catch some of this excess of roosters, get them out of the way. Probably have the kids come out and help with that one. See, she's just standing there. 2 weeks ago, she was not just standing there. She was trying to pull herself free. Good for now. And we'll go ahead and untie her, and then we'll move her. Hey, big girl. You're gonna be so good. You're learning so fast. Let's unbuckle you. Come here. You gotta make it easy for me here. You saying hi to everybody? Oh, you're giving kisses? What a sweet girl you are. Okay, I can't get it with that hand because you're turning away from me. So, come on. Come here. Saying hi to everybody? That's so nice. Let's grab your bucket. Good girl. I went and got another half a bucket of grain, and you can see she's really interested in it, which is good. This is what we want, right? So now, if she gets out again, she'll come put her head in the bucket, and I'll come be able to move her super easily. So, we're gonna move her over here. Finish the bucket before I get her over here. Come on. Come over here. And what I'll do is I'll just dump this here like that. She's super happy. I'm happy. And then once the minis get here and get settled in, I'll come let her back in. But this way, at least they get used to each other without having to worry about me having to worry about her getting excited and knocking over one of the kids or something. So, and also what this allows me to do is, now that she's so excited about the bucket again, I can tie her up in here in the milking parlor and gate her off when I need to. So if the kids want to come in and work with the mini horses and they're not tame enough yet to be out in the yard with the kids, I can tie Hope up so that the kids can come in and get the horses without, you know, having to worry about getting knocked over. So, bucket train your animals. Don't get lax at it like I did, because then it makes life harder for you, as it was for me. Okay, so we're ready. I'll let you know when they get here. Okay, so they're here. The kids still don't know what they are, and you have to relax, because the animals are not. They're a little bit flighty, so I'm gonna tell. Okay. I'm not missing this. First you want to go in, now you don't want to get out. Grab some
Pretty blue eyes. She got so pretty blue eyes. Are they from me, Daddy?
So, we're staying here for now. Uncle Jason's gonna end up taking 2 of them to his house to train, and then one will come back. So we'll keep 2.
Hey, you guys back off. Hey.
You might have to watch Gus get over there and be ready to help.
Don't let go.
Close the door,
There we
Gus.
go.
Don't let Gus out.
Perfect.
Is it Josh? Close it. No.
I don't know how. He's very angry.
Gus wants out.
He's very
He definitely wants out. You guys are so pretty. Oh, they're so beautiful. Oh, I like the one with blue eyes.
That is Wink. You took a good picture. So, we got a shadow. So, we've already got a couple of the kids out there with them. You can see Jonah and Lucy are out there. Now, just slow movements and be quiet. Let them come to you. So, like I said, the white one is going to stay here. She's a little bit more trained already. The 2 brothers that look like Shetlands, they're not quite as, they're very friendly. They've got halters on. But they need a little bit more time. So my brother-in-law, Jason, 77 Crossbar Ranch, I don't know, he doesn't do much of this channel anymore, but he's gonna probably spend a little time with them, try to get them a little bit more tame, and then between the 2 of us and the kids, we'll probably try to get them trained to have a saddle on so that we could lead them around with little ones on them. So Ruth said that Wink, the white one, you can already put a child on and just lead her around, but the other one's not quite as much. So hanging out, the kids are enjoying it. Obviously the kids are loving it. This guy is not quite sure what to think. What do you think? Are those horsies? Whoa, is that exciting? Yeah, how many are there? Also, Hope is interested in them. I don't know, Grace was taking video, and I don't know if she got any video when they first got here, but the 2 Shetland brothers, I can't think of their names right now, they were like prancing around. It was pretty cool to watch. So I'm a sucker. What can I say? My kids have wanted horses for a while. This opportunity came up, so now we've got ponies or minis or whatever, whatever one's there.
Here's Wink.
Dad, is Uncle Jason gonna train
She's
the
the
boys?
friendly one. She'll let you pet her. Joshua has her. She's the one who is more trained.
Not yet. Stay back.
But the 2
She doesn't like anyone too
brothers
close to
are over there. Get them.
Drag that pallet or grab some of these things. Take them over there.
Here. They're not letting you get too close. So, it's gonna be hard. Everyone kind of. There's running over here. Oh yeah, they're running.
He's also not very happy if I'm not fishing.